Hello, if you got a 3.0 EcoDiesel in a Jeep Wrangler or a Ram pickup or a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and after this latest cold snap, you're probably wondering how to put a engine block heater into your diesel, and you've probably heard that they all come from the factory with an engine block heater already, just not the cord. And so that's what I'm going to go over today, because I installed a engine block heater cord in mine that didn't have the option, and see if how difficult it is, and if it's something you want to do or have someone else do it, or just go to the dealer and have the professional cord put in. So I believe overall the what everyone says is that all EcoDiesels come with the engine block heater already installed from the factory in all EcoDiesels, the 3.0 liter V6, all the way supposedly until mid 2021, and later they stopped doing that. All the previous ones, when you have the option to have a block heater, all you're doing is installing the cord, and that's it. So first, we should check if you even have the plug, because if you have the plug for the block heater, then it's most likely that you have it already and just need the cord. So the easiest way to see is if you get a flashlight, you look through the passenger side wheel well, and this should be for the Ram trucks too. I don't know about the Grand Cherokee, but it's pretty difficult. What I'm gonna do is push this up. You look through there and you'll see an orange plug there, and this is what it'll look like with a engine block cord already in it. But right there is where the block heater plug is, and it'll be a orange cap just like this. It's pretty easy to spot. If you went mudding, it'll be covered in a little bit of mud, but you should be able to see it. It'll actually be oriented like this. Alright, so you determined that you do have the plug, and now it's time to install. So what you need is to get a timer that has 3 prongs and an extension cord. For the block heater cord, I like these light up ones because it's winter time and it's easier to tell when it's on or off. And next you'll need the cord itself. I'll probably put a link in the description to the one I got. It's not a sponsor or anything. It does have a foil like heat shield at the lower half. I don't think that's needed, but it kind of helped with my install just because it gave some rigidity in plugging it in. The one thing is that they're not, I think they're more for the Ram trucks. So it's a really long cord. There's a lot of access cable to have to figure out what to do with. You'll need some channel locks or like needle nose pliers, some sort of something to grab these and pry it out of the plug. You'll need a the way I did it, I needed a rod of some kind, which I'll show you why. Probably something with a solid end, because this circle kind of cut into the rubber plug, but a strong sturdy rod would help. And Then a flashlight. I have my mag light set up right here. I light it in the Jeep. I made it nice because it provides a good working space or good work light. You can see what you're doing. In there. And if you want some extra space, you could turn the wheel of your Jeep probably all the way to the left or the driver's side if you're going to be working through here the way I did it. Or if you think you could go underneath, probably turn it all the way to the right or the passenger side. You can also lift up your Jeep. It might give you some more room. I had a really hard time working underneath the Jeep. There's no like direct line to this plug area underneath the Jeep. So that's just something to be warned about. So what I did to get the plug off was I did have to go underneath the Jeep and really just kind of reach around the frame basically, and got lucky and pried out the plug, and it pops off relatively easy. I couldn't get it with my hands. I needed the pliers or something like that to get it out. The next thing what I did was I fed the cable through this hole, and that's where the heat shield that's on the cord was nice because it kept it straight and it lined up with the plug. And you can see the 3 prongs that has to go in, and the issue is that, you know, this is a lot of thick rubber because it has to be weatherproof, and this up here, the cord that I got was a lot thicker in the rubber up here. And so it just required a lot of force. And what I had to do was take a rod, basically reach in, and I just started pushing gently on all sides. Let's see if I can get it. Slowly pushed it in. That's the issue, because this is metal here, this is metal here, and there wasn't really much room to get hands or fingers in there. There wasn't much room around the engine block to push in the plug by hand. And so I'm going to leave that up to you, whether that is something you think you can do, but I was able to do it. It just required a lot more work than I anticipated. Once I got it plugged in to how I did, don't forget to use this as a prop. Bring it back down to the wheel well. So I got it plugged in, but that means the cable is all sticking out through here. And luckily I was just able to just feed the cord through the hole, and using the rod again, I was able to just hook through the loop, and it'll be in between the fuse box and the battery. I was able to just bring it up and grab it and pull it out. So there's the engine block cord, and it goes down there. It's actually not very far, but it's just so crammed in there that you can't get fingers or anything in there really. And all I did was I wrapped the cord a couple times around this fuse box and let it out here. Just lays out on the Jeep. Do tuck it in to basically keep it behind the hood latch. And I've been running it a couple days, and it's been a couple weeks now, and it's been doing good. So you got your block heater cord installed. You're probably wondering when you should use it. relatively speaking, you could use it whenever you feel like it. Typically below freezing, it seems to be when most diesel owners use it. The manual will say you don't really need it unless you're going to be in below 10 Fahrenheit conditions regularly. The modern diesels, they start up pretty good on their own. If it's below 20, it says it is a must to have a block heater cord. And you should have it plugged in at least 2 hours before starting the motor. But you know, if you plug it in even a half hour, it warms it up a little bit and anything helps. That's where the timer comes in. You could set it for like about 3 hours before you wake up if you use it to commute. And that'll get it really nice and warm. The water coolant on mine, it goes over 100 when I start it up in the morning. It drops down because it starts circulating the coolant, and obviously not all the coolant is heated up. And it is more for just making sure the fuel inside the engine's warm and whatnot. It's not really about, it's not like an electric, it's not like a remote start where, oh, your Jeep's already warmed up for the day. It's more just for starting to be easier on diesel motors. And I think the last interesting part is when it's on. So I can turn it on, and you'll be able to hear it starting and warming up. And if you hear that, you know it's working. And that's all it takes. So what do you think? If it's a little bit too difficult, or if you think it'll be worth it to make it easier on your EcoDiesel Jeep or Ram when in the cold winter months. Thank you for watching.